Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen patch notes, this time taking a quick look at PTU patch 3.0 AI, released 8th of December. The bind culling and other network improvements are not in this patch. Expect them early next week. Bind culling and range-based updates for the network should really improve CPU and network performance. Star Citizen Alpha 3.0 PTU has now been feature-locked as well. This should mean more rapid iteration and focus on getting systems working, bug fixing, polish, that sort of jazz. Most features are now pretty much in, possibly a couple of other bits and pieces with those network additions might make it next week, as well as the rest of the Moby-Glass mods, star map radar integration, modding our ships and character faces, but then as I said, it's just on to focus and polish. This patch 3.0 AI is extremely stable for me and has solid frame rates around 25 to 30 for me consistently. The game seems to actually load a lot faster too, but let's take a look at the actual patch notes and see what's added to the game. They've updated quantum travel effects for the Katu Alva, the Scout. They've added some additional set content around space derelicts. They added the admin office counter plus an admin NPC to Grimhex and Port Olisar. Note that this NPC will be part of many port-based delivery missions and is interactable. They've updated airlock cycling lighting to show distinct changes there as well. They've returned the Nox and Dragonfly angular values to fix various gravlev issues. They've changed all the screen designated as support screens to NFDs. The Constellation series has had the auxiliary lighting adjusted in the cargo bay of the Constellations to make it easier for players to see. The Aurora stuff, so polish for extra bed animations, the interior lighting adjustments have been done, and they've added a new glass shader to the MFD panels. With the Retaliator, they've updated the bed, enter and exit animations and pod doors. Bug fixes, they've adjusted the Starfarer Captain's MFD position. The medical supplies should no longer manifest as agricultural supplies when you're talking about commodities on ships. Players should no longer return to T-pose when logging out of a bed on the Prospector. They've adjusted the auto landing on the Cutlass so it situates properly on the pad. Entering a ship via EVA will no longer pass the player through the geometry for the Mustang, Gamma and Omega. Players should no longer be able to exit the Buccaneer while it's in motion. The Mustang, Gamma and Omega should now have their proper paint schemes. The Cutlass should have 2 beds and players should no longer be able to return to them T-posed. Players should no longer return T-posed when locking out in the Mustang Beater's bed as well. Elevators at Levski should no longer close on the player and trap them. Players should no longer be able to remove items from the shop by trying them on and then walking away. Some sort of weird theft there. Various fixes for floating and clipping assets at Levski. Players should no longer be able to get stuck in a falling state. The top of the Moby-Glass should no longer be cut off while in EVA. The Avenger engine trails should no longer clip through the ship when manoeuvring at speed. They fixed various objective and placement issues related to black box recovery missions. They improved interaction highlights and interaction prompt usability on the Starfarer's docking airlock. They fixed an issue where only one MFD could work at any given time. They fixed the side door collision issue on the Caterpillar. They adjusted some missing or broken VFX for quantum travel on several ships. Players should now be able to enter the command module doorway on the derelict Caterpillar. They fixed an issue where objective markers for recovery of stolen goods were in the wrong location. They fixed an issue where the ATC did not see the Starfarers on pads, causing players to be able to spawn another on top of them. Players should no longer return to T-pose when logging out the bed of the 300 series as well. They fixed various lighting issues in Levski. They fixed various VFX issues associated with the destruction of the Avengers. They removed unsealed helmets and updated pricing for helmets at shops. They added new shop mannequins for undersuits only. They reversed joystick animations on the Constellation series so that they properly animate. They've fixed issues with lighting appearing black for the turret and exterior doors of the Warden and Hoplite. The automated defense turrets at various stations should now function properly in multiplayer. They've reworked Ruto's waste disposal mission so it doesn't spawn multiple instances and lock players out of accessing Ruto. And that was kind of it. There was a lot of bug fixes in that patch, and I'm very much looking forward to the network updates that are going to hopefully be in the patch early next week. Every month we try to give away a ship. For December, it's the massive Orion mining vessel donated by our featured org Self-Made, an organisation looking at all types of gameplay with a lawful neutral stance, pretty anti-pirate, and they kind of help focus on developing you as a player and as an individual and not being a dick to others is kind of their philosophy. Links below if you fancy joining them. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that Orion is be subscribed to my YouTube channel and then comment on any of my videos during this particular month of December. Do you have any questions for me about Alpha 3.0, about the PTU patches, about Star Citizen's development in general? Chuck them in the comments below. A special thank you to my Patreons who allow me to create the amount of content I do. If you're interested in becoming one of them, you can find the links to Patreon as well as everything else we've discussed down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really does help me, and I'll see you in the verse.